There we go. All right, good evening. My name is Joshua Meyer, CWI and CWE with Houghton Lake Community Schools, COOR ISD, and MTech. Like I said, locations at the Houghton Lake High School. First year schedule, virtual Monday and Friday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays meet 8:30 to 10:30. We're also doing a second year, still to be determined. Good lab layout. We have 10 arc booths and 5 oxy-fuel stations, 4 of them reserved for welding only, and then we have one larger one for cutting and preheating, handling the bigger flames. We have multiple different equipments. As we see here in the bottom left, we have shears on our stacks of metal. Right side, we have a brake, roller, and another shear. Skills taught, we start off with oxy-fuel cutting and welding and SMAW, or commonly known as stick welding. As we progress through the semester, we get into some GMAW or MIG, and we touch base on some GTAW, also known as TIG. We also get into some plasma cutting and line burning. Here we have a CNC plasma table. This is all computer operated, so with technology advancing, it's pretty cool what it's capable of. We have a few computers we allow the students to use so that we can design our own equipment, designs. Here we were making a napkin holder, burning out a small piece, and then we would use the brake to bend several angles in it so that it could stand upright and hold napkins or plates or books or whatever you have you. Code of conduct, we highly look up to this. Proper uniform and dress, which we'll go over a little bit later. Punctuality and time management. This isn't high school anymore. This is a college class. Trades, you have to treat this like a job. We expect students to be on time, punctual, use their time wisely. Cooperation, positive attitude, and authenticity of work. This is a very hands-on, skilled trade. So students will be performing their tasks by themselves, moving at their own rate, be bringing up and producing different weldments and fabricated parts. As I said, safety, big part of the program. Safety glasses, helmet, several different types of helmets and hoods, fire-resistant leather gloves and jackets, which are provided by COOR ISD. The one thing required for students to bring themselves are safety-toed or leather boots and denim jeans. We don't want any polyurethane clothing. We want cotton, denim, flame retardant naturally. Grading criteria, 30% participation. Again, it's all hands-on. You don't come up and do the work, you're not going to do well. Ethics, mostly housekeeping. We like to try and keep the lab as clean and functional as possible. There are quizzes and tests. The first probably week and a half is going to be mostly book work, and as well as the virtual aspect of it. 15% being from the lab. So that's, again, housekeeping, getting things done, and the actual grade of the weldments and fabricated parts that we get done. And we also have a pre and post test to see where students pick up on and how they leave the program, hopefully seeing their skills going up. Potentially at the end of the first or second semester, students have the opportunity to get certified through me with the American Welding Society. We weld a destructive test and certified to the AWS standards. It's a national standard, and they set the standard for a good chunk of the world's welding. We also get into reading blueprints and symbol reading, as the American Welding Society has developed their own code of conduct for such things. As far as career options goes, welding and fabricating is not just stuck to a factory. A lot of it can be in the field, pipelines, skyscrapers, construction, big repair jobs, such as we can see here, working on heavy equipment, storage facilities, nuclear, wind energy, underwater welding. Haven't gotten to that myself, but I hear it's quite a show. And traveling welders. If you work, depending on if you either contract yourself out or work for a company, you can be sent either all around the country or all around the world working on stuff. Non-traditional enrollment. Females are encouraged to enroll in welding, as many females have great hand-eye coordination and multitasking abilities, which makes them excellent welders. Non-traditional students may also be eligible for Breaking Traditions Award, which is awarded at our ceremonies at the end of the school years. Here we have a few things that we work on throughout the semester. Grinding, welding, grinding, fabrication, weld inspection, precision measuring, getting into the digital age now. We try and touch base on some of that, as well as traditional fabrication techniques. As far as I remember, Ferris State University has offered a statewide welding competition, which COOR has been involved with for a numerous amount of years. Unfortunately, last year and I believe this current year, due to global circumstances, they haven't been hosting such a thing. But it's a great opportunity to get the students out of the comfort zone, out of our lab, and into a new field. They perform a series of weldments and are judged by other CWIs and welding engineers. In the competition, they have a chance to win some really cool equipment. We've had students win welders, plasma cutters, helmets, as we can see here. It's a great opportunity, and it's a shame that we can't do it this year, but hopefully in years to come, we will have some students participate again. We've placed first and second, maybe some other times as well in years prior, which is very proud for us instructors. Early middle college, again, the welding program offers it. Dan, if you want to jump in and help me explain this early middle college, you're better at pitching it than I am.
The early middle college is a 3-year program, as Sean said earlier in the overall overview. The students come to COOR for their first 2 years. They gain transcripted college credit for those first 2 years. And then on the 13th year, after they, if you will, participate in graduation but do not receive their diploma, they spend the 13th year with Kirtland Community College up at the MTech, and actually under Josh's guidance, and they finish up their welding fabricating certificate of completion. The only thing they would lack for an associate degree would be the gen eds in that. And some of the students actually, if they're really on board with progressing through an engineering degree, they'll dual enroll separately through their schools to take a math or an English in their junior or senior year and pretty well complete everything in their 13th year. The students' supplies, the books, the equipment is all paid for by the school districts, the ISD, and my administrative assistant, Lindsay, is awesome at making sure that the students stay on track and coordinating with the local high school counselors to make sure that they all have an opportunity to be successful in life.
Absolutely, and I also work up at the Gaylord MTech, so chances are on that 13th year, some of the seniors, well, post-seniors actually, might have me as their instructor up at Kirtland, so I'm involved practically all the way through, which is very helpful to the students. That way everybody can be on the same page between Kirtland and COOR, students and parents. As Dan was explaining earlier, there's a 13th year there. The 13th year is not spent at the high school at all. It's strictly at the college, which is between 12 and 7 hours, 7 and 12 hours of the day, between either twice a week or once a week, depending on what class they sign up for. We offer it. It's offered as a Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, or just Friday courses for the 13th year. As Sean and Dan went over earlier, the academics, I wish this program was offered when I was in high school. I did this same program, the welding program through COOR a decade ago now. Scary to think. And I'm eternally grateful for it. I've had 7 years in the welding field, pretty much all over the state. I got my associate's degree in welding. After that, I became a CWI, so I can certify and inspect welds on a national level. And so if anything can attest to this program, I'm proof of it. And like I said, I'm very grateful for it. Any questions? Dan and I can ask. You can scan our QR code, or visit our websites here.
The early middle college, the student needs to declare his intent or her intent by the fall count of their junior year. So seniors would miss out, but they could still gain transcripted college credit at no expense. Well, Josh, I think you did a very fine job. Oh, I see Sean has stopped in. He's probably going to scan the QR code and sign up through a counselor, right? I want to thank everybody for participating. It's been really good.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. Hope you all have a wonderful evening.